self-serving, persuasive talkers
of everything and nothing.
We are Conversation Con Artists.
Hey, Happy New Year. I am Calamity Red.
And I am Mr. On Point. Welcome to another episode with Conversation Con Artists. I have some information for you. I want to let y'all know about our social presence. We haven't had very much of a social presence since we started recording, but we finally got everything together. And where can they find you, Calamity Red?
I am on Twitter at red_calamity.
And I have to correct what I said last week. I'm at Twitter at Mr. Mister_on_point. That is my Twitter handle. We also have a general Twitter, which is at Convo Con Artists. We have a Facebook page, Conversation Con Artists at Facebook. And we have a website, conversationconartists.com. That's where you can find all of our podcasts as well as links to any stories that we have. And it gives you access to the podcast beyond SoundCloud and iTunes. We also have an email address, which is conversationconartists@gmail.com, in case you want to send us any questions. That being said, we ask you to send us questions. We ask you to give us some feedback. If you have anything that you want to know about life, love, relationships, celebrities, anything from the perspective that we offer, then we encourage you to send those to us. And I have to let you know, it's not just from the perspective solely of Calamity Red and Mr. On Point, but we are also therapists that work in the mental health field. So we're not just bullshitting you on the information.
Basically.
We actually have some relevant knowledge and information to give you from our experiences in our lives. So
yeah, based on foundation of governmental funds. So
yep.
We won't be just bullshitting you if you send in questions. I mean, of course, we're going to have our flair, on the questions, but they'll actually have a foundation of our education. So just FYI, I don't think we've ever mentioned that
No, we
before.
haven't.
So probably everybody's like, how are the two of these people therapists? Like,
yeah,
do not understand.
Well, we are. We're just people.
We are indeed.
Anyway, let's get into the show.
All right.
What's
It is
going
New
on?
Year.
It is a new year.
And because it is a new year, we thought we would do a special episode
Yep.
this week of basically shit we feel like needs to be left in 2015. These are the things that going into 2016 we would just really not like to see. Just from our personal opinion, you may disagree with some of these. But yeah, I would like to begin with the whip nene. I don't want to see, I'm tired.
of seeing the whip in the nene.
I am sick of seeing the whip nene. Like, I feel like things get popular and then they get overexposed and it gets to be where I hear it and I just want to shoot myself in the face. Like, if I see one more news crew, if I see Fox 6 or anybody else, like the whole crew doing the whip nene, like it got to be too much. Like I don't. And actually, like, all these dance crazes, like, I'm almost done with the dab. Like, let's just not, we got our core dances, right? Any black wedding that you go to, you're going to do the electric slide more than likely, right?
The electric slide, the cha-cha slide.
Exactly. The bunny hop. I may be showing my age. But, we have our core dances. So let's just leave the dance craze all together, really. I feel like in 2015. Like, let's just not carry that over into.
You know what? As hilarious as it is, I'm even overseeing like people dressed up as Spider-Man and Bugs Bunny and other characters doing the whip and the nene. Like, it's hilarious the first time, but don't do it again. Like, it's over now.
Well, and then somebody sees it and they're like, "Oh, that's a good idea. Let me go do it as the Incredible Hulk or whatever the hell." Like, just no more whip nene, please. In 2016, I don't want to see nobody else doing that. Thank you very much. No more.
No more of that.
No.
Well, what I'm saying that you should leave in 2015 is Netflix and chill.
Oh my God. Well, you know what? Netflix missed a very good opportunity. They could have capitalized off of that and made that like because it was so, again, it was such a huge thing. They could have used that as like an advertisement.
But like, you can't advertise that, like, because the whole implication of Netflix and chill is we finna get together and not even watch this movie. We going straight to sex. We getting busy. Like, you can't even say Netflix no more.
Yeah.
You're like, if you dated somebody and say, hey, you want to come watch a movie? Like, are we watching on Netflix or your DVD player? Like, I feel like people have been discerning this in the wrong way. Like, it don't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Netflix and chill should not be what people use to indicate that, you know, that I'm just trying to get you over here.
I don't even know how that, I wonder how that, like, you know, you wonder sometimes how things become sayings and how phrases get born. Like, I just remember it being a thing. Like, one day, just Netflix and chill was just a thing. And it was in memes and
Yep.
all over the place. So,
Start off as a meme and it catch like fire.
yeah. Like, people need to start,
We are sheep.
We are.
We just follow.
Basically.
You know, I've never said Netflix. That's not a thing for me.
I don't think I've ever.
I mean, I laugh at how creative people use them in memes.
Oh my
because
God, the
people
memes.
are hilarious.
People are hilarious.
You know, but that's about the extent to it.
One of the things that I want to leave. Okay, let me be clear about this. I'm not saying we need to leave the Kardashians in 2015 because obviously that would mean that they would have to die, and I'm not saying that. What I am saying though is like their media presence, I'd like to see a little less. Like, I don't want every time I get on Facebook and I'm going down my feed to see some shit about one of them. Like, I just don't. I would really like for them to become a little more less in the public view, which I know isn't going to happen because they're attention whores. And let me just say, I know people love the Kardashians and everybody wants to talk about how great business women they are and all of that bullshit. But let me tell you something. When you have, I work with teenagers sometimes, and when I'm hearing that that's what they're aspiring to do, like, it's cool until it's your daughter that's aspiring to be Kim Kardashian, right? Like, she's a great businesswoman until it's your daughter wanting to go out and make a sex tape so that she can, you know, build an empire, right? It's a whole different thing then. They're not such great business people when it has a negative impact on your kids, right? And I'm not saying that Kim shouldn't have been able to do that. I'm just saying it has a very negative impact on young girls because that is becoming, that and all of this reality TV, that's something else I wish we could just leave because it just has a negative influence. And I've heard many a young girl aspire. I had somebody tell me that they, like, their idea of beauty, a girl, like, was Nicki Minaj and K. Michelle, who are both fake as shit. Not, you can't, I told you, you could be like them, absolutely. You know why? Because you just get the right doctor and the right amount of money, you can absolutely look like them. So I would just like to see a little less of the Kardashians in 2016. Like, I'm over it. I've been over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really. But I would just like a little less. I'm not even going to say they need to disappear. I'm just going to say a little less with the Kardashians. I could be okay with that. Just a little less. Shit.
All right. One thing we need to leave in 2015 is parents. Stop naming your kids stuff that, one, people can't pronounce, two, that you never heard before, trying to be creative, and three, just random stuff that is not a typical name. Like, being creative with names don't get you anything in society. But a child that hates your name, hate their name, and want to change it one day.
Let me not get on my soapbox about this one. I will just say that I agree wholeheartedly. Like, here's the thing. Your kid is your kid. Your kid is going to be special because they're your kid. You can name them Febreze. Like, it's not going to fucking matter. They're your kids. So, like, I don't, people who say, I don't want somebody else to have my kid's name. It's like a trillion people in the world. Somebody else is going to come up with your stupid ass name, unfortunately. Whatever dumb name you came up with, I guarantee you it's somebody else's kid walking around suffering just the same way your kid's going to suffer with this terrible name. The name is not it's what you put into the child, not what you put into this name. You can spend the whole 9 months coming up with this elaborate ass name and not raise your kid right. And guess what? You're going to have a little criminal with an elaborate ass name. Like, that, it just doesn't matter. Please stop naming your kids stupid stuff that they can't spell or that is going to be mispronounced their entire lives. Like, just stop it.
On top of that, don't do the two middle names situation. Don't do that. That's not good. Because I don't know, just don't do that. Next thing is give your children an opportunity to at least be normal on an application. Like, don't have a manager having to read Daquantavius on their application because he is probably not gonna get a job just because I don't want to have to pronounce that dude's name.
And whether you think it's right or wrong or whatever the case may be, yes, should you be able to name your kid whatever you want to? Absolutely. Should it not matter what their name is? Absolutely. But should black people also not be getting murdered by police officers? Yep. But that's happening, isn't it? So obviously we don't live in this utopian society where everything you think should happen happens. The fact of the matter is, if you give your kid a name that's hard to pronounce, employers are going to go right past them to somebody else who probably has less qualifications than your kid has because their name is easier to pronounce. And that's just the way of the world, and unfortunate as it may be, that is what it is. Your job as their parent is to give them the best possible chance to be successful in life. And if you start them out day one with a shit ass name, let me get off my soapbox.
It's another one though. It's another one with the names that I've heard. Don't name your daughters after the male influence in your family and make it female. Like, don't name your daughter Jonathanier or nothing like that. Like, just because like you want that male name to be in there. Like, I've been seeing that.
Yeah, it happens a lot. Listen, men, look, if you don't have a boy, that's okay. You're not, that's all right. Your name, your last name is going to be attached to that child. Your first name does not have to be. You can't compensate for this being a girl by changing your masculine ass name into something that's ugly and not even feminine most of the time. Like, it's not necessary. Because I think a lot of times when that happens, it's because the men like to have juniors. And now because you had a girl, you can't have your junior. So you going to do this instead. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
So that's my name. That's all my name calls. Look, name your kid something moderately acceptable.
I mean, both of our names are regular as shit. Both of our actual names are regular. And guess what? I can guarantee you will not meet another one with my name that has my personality, right? I mean, it's what you put into the child, not what you put into the name. And I wish people would realize that.
Yeah.
It's annoying. So annoying. Ridiculous.
What you got?
The next thing that I have that needs to be left in 2015 is this side chick. Listen, ladies, listen. If you were a side chick in 2015, I need you to step down out that position and go into 2016 with a little bit more pride. Please. I am so tired of the whole side chick, main chick. Listen, if you're willing to share this man knowingly, that says a lot about you. Has nothing to do with him. Says a whole lot about you. I hope for 2016 people have a lot more pride and a lot more self-esteem and just realize that you don't have to be a side chick. And it ain't nothing cute about that. Like, I don't understand how you could be a side chick and then when you get in a relationship, expect this man to be faithful to you. When all you did for like the last 7 years was be a side chick to other people's men. Like, I just don't understand that. Like, please. No more side chicks in 2016.
Have main chick aspirations, but not as a side chick either. As a single person that dates and maybe has sex casually. That's it. Not dedicated to a person that is willing to call you their side chick as they have a main chick in their lives. Don't be that person.
And they be proud of that side chick title too. Like, are you serious? There is nothing good. What are the perks to being a side chick? I guess I don't know. I don't even understand what the perks
is. Is the perks to having a side chick? Is no perks to being a side chick. Like,
please leave that in 2015.
Are there side dudes? Did we have a conversation about that?
I think there are side dudes, but they don't know they side dudes, right? I don't think men are out here like knowingly, like okay with being like the side dude. Like I don't think that that's a title that they have. Now there are men out here that don't know they the side dude that think that they the only one, but like I don't think they knowingly do that.
I don't know. I think it's dudes that know that a girl is in a relationship, and when she call him for whatever she need, he fine with going back to her because he don't got no obligations.
Yeah, but I feel like the difference in that and side chicks have more expectations than a guy in the position that you just described would, right? Side chicks want you to, they still want to go out to dinners and they want to be treated like the girlfriend just part of the time, right? I feel like dudes that do that ain't got no expectation but sex. Like this, okay, now I'm finna go home. Like I feel like they're aware of what it is and they're okay with that. But side chick, and this is why I tell people that shit don't never work. Because at some point a side chick is gonna wanna be a main chick. And she gonna do everything in her power to ensure that happens, which includes fucking up things with your main chick. So it never works out because that is not a position in which somebody can stay for a long amount of time and it not cause any problem. Now, every now and then, there are some rare instances where you will have that case of somebody who's able to do that for years and years. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, though, and especially with these girls now, no.
Yeah.
At some point, it's going to be a problem. At some point, somebody's going to want more than what's being offered, and they're going to be butthurt about it. So it never works out. It always starts out all good, and they always like, oh, no, I'm fine with that. That's fine. And why you don't never say, you don't spend enough time with me. You always with her, because she the girlfriend, because you the side piece. That's what it is.
This dialogue made me think about a song. I know it's off topic, but Donnell Jones on his Where I Want to Be album had a song called All Her Love.
Oh,
It said she gave me all her love, but only half the time.
Yeah.
And it basically a story about how he was stalking her basically and saw her dude in the mall and he bought her a ring and he was just looking like, how do you get there? Like, he was the side dude in that song. But to your point, I know that's not a typical situation.
I think most men, and I had a conversation with one of my friends actually about this, about like, just in general, men are so much more pride driven that it's some shit they just not, because I feel like that's what it is. Like there is some shit they just not going to be able to abide by. They're just not. They're not going to be able to abide by being cheated on, right? Women will be cheated on and forgive and be cheated on and forgive. You cheat on a man and he find out about it? Now, again, there's exceptions to every rule, but most men cannot get past that. Like, they cannot abide by it. And in that same regard, I feel like most men wouldn't knowingly be, like, spending money and doing all of this shit for a girl knowing that they're just a side dude right now. It's one thing if they just sleeping with the girl whenever she called them. It's a whole nother if he dropping cash on her and find out that she had a main dude this whole time and he looks like an idiot, because it's that pride thing. Y'all do a lot of pride-based things.
I can't deny that. I can't. Let me see what else to leave in 2015. What I want y'all to leave in 2015 is using emojis in the place of words. Like, I get it. You got this face with a tear coming out of it and a gun and a skull. Well, it could be meaning that you dying of laughter, but it could mean that you're suicidal and you're about to take a gun to your head and I don't want to have to interpret these things. Why do I have to interpret what you trying to put in work? Like, you went to school for at least 12 years to figure out how to use words. Like, why would you not use them? And why would you use pictures? Like, you going back to primitive civilizations now. You're going back to hieroglyphics and writers on the cave wall. Like, use words. We have speech. We have established that we have a whole system of language in which we know how to use words to communicate with people. Use those things. I'm just tired of interpreting. Like, if you put like 30 smile, laugh emojis, I get it. But, if you put a heart with a puddle of water, with a gun, with a monkey, I don't know what that is.
And while we on this topic, no more acronyms either. I am an adult. I'm sorry. Beyond LOL and a couple of others, if you send me a shitload of like letters, I don't know what you're saying. And honestly, my personality, I'm not gonna try to figure out what you're saying. I'm just gonna ignore you and figure if it's important, you'll send me an actual message. Cause I don't know what that means. And I'm not finna look it up. I'm sorry, it's stupid. We have words. Use your words. Stop using these acronyms. And you make up acronyms and think somebody's supposed to know what that means. You take a whole conversation and make it into an acronym that's not popular, and I'm supposed to know what you're saying? No. Use your words.
You shouldn't even expect me to keep up with what's popular.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Let alone like use your words. Like you can communicate. You can have this conversation. You've learned those things, so use it.
Please. Because I'm telling you, I have ignored many a text because I don't know what you're trying to say, and I'm not trying to figure it out. I'm just not. Please, just send me what it is you're trying to say. If it's important enough for me to know about it, you will send me actual words instead of a 15-letter acronym. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, don't do that. Leave that in 2015.
Please do.
This one is kind of personal. To my alma maters, to the universities that I graduated from. I'm still broke, so stop calling me asking for donations. I graduated in 2013 from one university, and they called me in 2014 asking me for money. Like, I ain't rich yet, and with my choice of profession, the odds that I get rich are probably very, very slim. I'm going to, at best, live comfortably. So, please, alma mater, stop calling me.
Y'all already overcharged folks for that shit anyway. Let's not act like the thousands upon thousands of dollars that we've already spent with you was not enough to accomplish whatever your goal is. If you think that I'm finna cut you a check when I'm already cutting the government a check, still paying for this education, you are out of your mind. I still have to pay these folks. Now I'm not gonna cut two checks, one to the school and one to the government. You better get the government, talk to them, get a slice of that. I don't know what to tell you.
And listen, our transaction was up front. Like, when I go to Walmart and buy milk, when I leave Walmart, they don't call me and say, hey, glad you bought that milk. How about you donate some money to us for stuff? Like, that's not how it works. Like, I paid y'all up front, whether it was through student loans or whatever, but you got your money. Like, what else do you want from me? Like, I got what I need from you. You got what you need from me. It's no point of calling to ask. Like, what if I called you? What if I called you and said, hey, I paid you for this education that you gave me, but I would like for you to donate some money to me. Like,
donate some money to this career that I'm trying to build now.
Like, I'm not with that in 2016. Leave that in 2015. Please.
Oh my God, yes. It's annoying. Like, I get really irritated. And they're so persistent. They'll send you emails and they'll call and send more emails. Like, I'm not sending you shit. Stop contacting me. Like, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, like, if I mess around and get rich and all of my student loans are paid off and I feel that something that you have done has contributed positively to my situation, then I may send you some money. I may send you some money at that point. But only until those milestones are met. Y'all need to leave that in 2015. Look, I'll call you. You don't call me.
Basically.
I'll call you.
Yes. Oh my God. That is super annoying. It is.
It hurts.
It does.
Now, this is something else I think that we're going to need y'all to leave in 2015. We're going to need y'all to stop shooting black people, killing black people, whether it's police or Zimmermans or anybody that has killed a black person that
for no reason. Yeah.
Or a reason that is not justifiable to the action or the reason that you killed that person. Leave that in 2015.
Let's just please.
Like,
it's been going on long enough.
it's been going on. I mean, didn't just start in 2015. It's been going on for years and years and years and years and years. But hey, 2016, let's start something new. Let's not kill people. You know? And then if we have to kill people, let's not kill one particular group disproportionately to the rest of America. Like, in the worst case scenario, let's kill everybody equally. You know?
Yeah,
but
it could be
don't
like,
kill nobody. But if it's got to happen, can't we do it at a consistent rate amongst people?
let's just do The Purge. Did you see
know?
that movie? The
I saw The
Purge.
Purge.
Yeah, just do a purge.
And I like the Purge episode of Rick and Morty.
Yes.
Better though.
Yes, the Purge. Everything is better on Rick and
You
Morty.
should watch Rick and Morty.
Absolutely,
if you don't watch Rick and
100%
Morty.
should watch Rick and Morty. Yes.
Now, to go on to that point, what everybody needs to leave in 2015 is using black on black crime to invalidate any other movement. Like, if you really care about black on black crime, start a campaign today to work on black crime, which, mind you, does not really exist because every culture kills their own culture in a higher rate because we are more likely to know people of our own culture, and the conflict that we have is likely to happen within those cultures. And so the rate for black people, 87%, the rate for white people is about 83%. That's not far enough away to say black on black crime and not say white on white crime, which makes it seem as if it's just a media dialogue that is used to vilify African Americans. But if you want to consider black on black crime a thing, start a campaign for it and be an advocate for stopping black on black crime. Don't just use black on black crime as a talking piece when someone says Black Lives Matter, when someone says stop killing police, when someone says anything that's unrelated to black on black crime, because that's how people use it. They say black on black crime to say, oh, you can't say police because black on black crime. You can't say this because black on black crime. It's its own separate issue. Not disregarding it as an issue, but Black Lives Matter is an issue. Police killing black people disproportionately to everybody else is an issue. Those are issues on their own. Just because there are issues over here that exist within the community does not mean that scrutiny and issues have to come from any other environment regarding that same thing.
I saw somebody put this in the greatest terms that I've seen. Nobody ever, when they have the runs for breast cancer or any of that stuff, nobody goes and runs and says, but what about prostate cancer? Y'all talking about this breast cancer, but what, like, nobody ever goes and says, hey, you shouldn't be talking about this because this is happening. When anybody is talking about pedophilia, nobody says, but what about all these women that are getting raped over here? Because it's to do that would be to say that you're trying to invalidate this other thing. And nobody's going to try to invalidate breast cancer, of course. Nobody's going to try to invalidate pedophilia or anything like that, of course. But I don't understand why people feel a need to invalidate the fact that the police are killing black people way more than they should be for what their goal and their job is, and just in general. So leave that in 2015.
Look, whether you white, whether you black, there is no reason that you should ever use black on black crime in the context of talking about something else that is not directly related to black on black crime. Please don't do that. Please leave that in 2015. Unless you're talking about black on black crime as its own issue and you're proposing solutions to that problem. That's fine. Talk about that. But don't use it to invalidate something else that's important to somebody else that is already a movement.
I have another issue that I would like to leave in 2015. This overly political correctness that we feel the need to, like, everybody's really sensitive. You have to be super careful about what you say because if you say it this way, it's going to offend. Like, now, that's not to say that, offensive shit isn't said all the time, because it is. But I feel like, especially during 2015, we just got super sensitive. And I saw a lot of news stories where I was just like, why are you even bothered by this? Like, what? Why is this a problem for you? Like, why are we having a conversation about this when we have all of this actual shit that's going on? Like, I would just like for us to be a little less sensitive, teeny bit less so, going into 2016.
Now, I have to introduce the flip side of that. If you are overtly and intentionally being rude to target a group of people, and you're using sensitivity as a scapegoat for being able to say whatever you want to say, don't do that.
This is true.
Leave that in 2015. Don't just say what you want to say without consideration that it may hurt someone else. If you don't believe that it will hurt someone else, by all means say it. And those people you talking about, stop being so sensitive about it. But if you know you ain't got no business saying something, don't say it.
Shut up. Just shut up.
It's ridiculous.
Affluenza is another thing we need to leave in 2015.
What is?
Affluenza.
We leave affluenza. Judges.
Don't nobody else claim
Lawyers?
that shit going forward. No more affluenza, please.
No, we see how bad this went. Like, this kid had affluenza. He went to a cabin for rehabilitation. It didn't work, so he fled to Mexico. Like, it didn't work.
No.
Affluenza is not real. It's called
No.
being wealthy and having terrible parents that don't pay attention to you but are willing to cover for your bullshit.
Basically.
That's what affluenza is really.
Yes. So let's leave that. I don't want to hear no more about that. I definitely don't want to hear anybody else using that shit as a defense because that is the stupidest defense I've ever heard.
But it's the smartest lawyer. Like, that lawyer knew how to play the judge and the jury and whoever else went in there. But it is stupid. You should not do it.
Extremely stupid.
So, I got a bunch of phrases that it's a list of phrases that we need to leave. I think, and not phrases and words that I think we need to leave in 2015. But you know what? I wanted to ask you if you know what these words mean.
Oh, God. All right, let's see. Throw them out.
Turn up.
You know, get hype, get excited. Let's get the party started. Yes.
Okay, yeah,
All
we
right.
got it. Leave
Okay.
that in 2015. Trap queen.
I'm not exact. It's how she helped you cook your drugs.
I guess, yeah, that's what I get from the song. I don't know if there's any
girlfriend
deeper
that
meaning.
helps you cook your coke up.
Fetty Wap. Ridiculous name, by the way. But I don't aspire to be a trap queen.
Never. That is not an aspiration that you need. It never works out well for trap queens. I can assure you.
Yes, leave that in 2015. Bye, Felicia.
Oh, okay. I know because I watched Friday. I know. Get out of here. I'm not. I'm not listening.
Yeah,
to
ain't nobody
that.
studying you.
Ain't
Gone
nobody
somewhere.
studying that. Gone somewhere.
Leave that in 2015.
Cause that was another thing that got worn out and people got a hold to it, and
Yep.
then everywhere you went, it was bye Felicia. Like, okay, girl.
Like, I should not hear bye, Felicia from the back somewhere when I'm at McDonald's ordering like a burger. Like, I have. I
yeah,
have.
no, like people held on to it.
On fleek.
Oh my god, on point, looks good, looks great. That girl started it by her eyebrows being on fleek. I'm sick of that. And
Yep.
it sounds stupid as shit. Fleek is the stupidest word.
Where did that word even come from?
She just
like,
made it up. I saw the Vine, the original Vine, with the girl talking about
I
her
seen it.
eyebrows. It looked like some shit she just made up, I feel like, just in the moment. And people just ran with it, as we have a tendency to do.
That's what we do. Leave it in 2015. Bay.
Oh my God. Oh, it is the shortened version of baby. And idiots say, I'm so sick and tired of hearing people
You know
talk
what?
about babe. But I know it's like a Swedish word for shit, isn't it?
I don't know.
It's like,
Is
it
it?
is like, is it Swedish?
That'll be terrible.
No, it really
You
is.
been
It's like,
calling your boyfriend shit the whole time?
it's like I will have to look it up. Will we?
It actually, the definition I read actually said it originated as meaning before anyone else.
Oh shit!
But
so it was
became-
an acronym. See, I didn't know that.
Which makes me have even a bigger problem with it because it is being grammatically used incorrectly if you say that's my babe. That's my before anyone else know. But it became to mean like baby and all that stuff.
So that's
Swedish.
like thought, which makes no sense the way that people use it.
My
Do you
next
know
word,
what-
yeah. It don't
Okay.
make no sense. Bae, leave that in 2015. Thought, leave that in 2015. We won't even go into that one. YOLO is probably more 2014-ish, but I've heard it's been squeezed out in 2015. You know what I mean?
YOLO, you only live once. Drake, I blame Drake for
It's
that
his
shit.
fault.
Damn it, that song. Heifer, was that the song? No, that wasn't Heifer.
I don't remember the name of the song.
It wasn't Heifer. I don't know, but it was a Drake song that
It
started
was.
it. I know that.
And I'm convinced that Drake is trying to
The
figure
motto.
out
The motto.
The motto, yeah, that was
was
it.
the motto.
I'm convinced that Drake is trying to figure out how to go viral. Like, he's trying to figure out the recipe.
He keep doing it though.
He is.
He's amazing.
I feel like he's getting close.
He is. Cause
Whether it's lingo, videos and dances, catchy beats, I think he's like got a team saying, let's do it again.
Yep. And they get it every time.
Yeah, they doing that. Swag.
Oh shit. Are people still saying swag?
I hear swag all the time.
Oh
From young
God. Please stop saying swag. Please stop saying swag. No more swag.
Leaving in 2015. Thirsty.
You desperate. You're trying too hard when it comes to attracting somebody. I'm so tired of hearing people say he thirsty, she thirsty. And here's the thing, a lot of times people say that when somebody ain't even, like, you can walk up and say hey to somebody. She's so thirsty, bitch. I said hey to you. Like, what are you talking about?
People use thirsty as a scapegoat for being rude
basically.
and dismissing people.
Yep.
Don't leave that in 2015.
See, again, I just wonder about the origins of these words. Like, how did thirsty become a thing?
From a meme or video, I'm sure of it.
Probably, yeah.
Basic.
I have a special place in my heart for basic because of BuzzFeed. They had those videos, how to know if you're a basic bitch or how to know if you're a basic bro. If you haven't watched it, it's hilarious.
I have not.
Oh, it's so funny. Like, and it has a bunch of white people in the videos. It's so funny. But yeah, basic needs to. I don't really hear it as much as I did like at the beginning of the year, but it definitely needs to leave. Please leave it.
Viral, wonderful BuzzFeed videos does not change that y'all need to leave basic in 2015. Winning. This is the last one.
Was it? I think Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, Charlie
is the
Sheen
reason.
popularized winning.
Oh my God.
In terms of irrationally believing that you're succeeding in whatever it is
and
that you're
usually
doing.
what you say winning that you are losing.
Exactly.
Bad.
Like, your interpretation of winning is flawed.
Extremely.
The only time you should ever say winning is if you are participating in an activity in which there is a score count and your score is higher than the other person, and someone asks who is winning, that person should say it, and you should respond, we are winning. Those are the only two times that you should be saying something like that. That's the only time. Otherwise, leave it in 2015.
Yeah.
Viral video trends. Something that y'all need to leave in 2015, young or to middle-aged white males, is doing pranks in the hood.
You gonna get killed.
You're gonna get murdered.
And then act like you're the victim.
Yeah.
Bro. You shouldn't have been doing that stupid shit.
And unfortunately, it's all gonna be on video.
Yep.
It's all gonna be blamed on the African-American male or female, and you just went and poked the bear.
Basically.
Acting like you're not gonna get your head swatted off if they want to.
Yep.
That's not a good idea. And furthermore, you can't call anything a prank just because you mean it to be a prank. Everyone is not going to interpret you going to like I seen a video of a dude going to a car, putting a tube in their gas tank, acting like they finna steal gas, like in the hood.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just saying, hey, it's a prank, bro, is not going to save you if someone wants to do you harm.
Bullets fly fast. You know what I'm talking about?
Very fast. Like, a lot of them prank videos, you'll see dude with guns will fall, hit the ground and stuff. And
bullets fly real fast. Much faster than it's a prank gonna come out of your mouth.
Exactly.
So, it's really not worth it.
It's another prank with these people that dress up like clowns and stuff. And they set up like a fake body and they smash the head with a hammer. You seen one of them?
We really don't do clowns.
So if you started to see clowns, you'll cancel off that one.
My younger brother terrified of clowns, so.
Yeah, just the level of pranks that y'all do is not really gonna give you return on your interest.
It's really not. It ain't worth it.
So just leave things that are not pranks, but you call pranks, leave that in 2015.
Yes, please, Lord.
They getting dangerous now.
Yes.
Challenges. Leave challenges in 2015, 14, 13. Don't do any challenges. Even the ice bucket challenge, which was for a noble cause, turned out to be problematic for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Leave that in
Kylie
2015.
Jenner challenge, the cinnamon challenge. Like, stop. Please stop doing this stupid shit. Basically, why would you even want to record yourself doing stupid shit? Like, I don't understand. What is the purpose? Don't get it. No more challenges, please.
No challenges. Like, what do you even accomplish from a challenge? Like, I think a lot of people are hoping to go viral.
Yeah, they
from
are.
challenges
They
because
are.
you see people go viral and they on Ellen the next day.
Yep.
Or they on Jimmy Kimmel the next day. Like, some people who go viral, they get in stuff.
Yeah.
Ice JJ Fish got viral.
Oh,
Sweet
shit.
Brown got viral. They were invited to like movies.
If you don't know who Ice JJ Fish is, please go to YouTube. That shit is so... Every time I have a bad day and I need a laugh, I will go
It's
to his
sad
YouTube.
to me.
It is sad, but
It's
it's
sad.
so ridiculous. What is I've never... Like, what is wrong with him? Like, something has to be.
I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Some is not right there.
I
don't
think he
know
has
what it
more
is.
confidence than he should have.
He seems like something mentally. Like, he don't seem like he's all the way there.
Did you see him on Tosh 2.0?
No.
You know, Tosh, he ripped people up on them things in their face,
Yeah.
but he packaged it in a way that you can't really tell. It's
Yeah.
so subtle. And he ripped up JJ Ice Fish, but he didn't get it.
But that's what I'm saying. He a little slow, I feel like. Some ain't quite.
He said
Right.
he believed he sounds great. I think he got way too much confidence for his skill set.
Either that or he deaf.
Well, he deaf.
One of those
things.
two.
But it's gotten him some attention.
Yeah.
Lil Terrio. You know Lil Terrio?
I feel
It's
like
a little chubby black dude that be doing his little dance.
Yeah.
Ooh, kill him.
Yeah.
I saw a flyer online that he $1,000 walkthrough. He got paid $1,000 to do a walkthrough. He ain't even old enough to be in a club.
Wow.
So him, Waylon the Great, that's the dude who be like these nuts.
Oh shit.
Waylon the Great, they getting paid to walk through clubs, probably all over the country. So like going viral is making a life for some people who
Yeah.
otherwise would just be drinking Four Locos at the house the rest of their life. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that everybody is trying to get a bit of that.
Everybody wants to go viral.
Yeah, everybody's trying to get a bit of that but some people go viral and their life is ruined. You know what I'm saying? So, but seeking that intentionally almost never gets it for you.
Yeah.
You know, like none of those people became viral on purpose.
No, they just was being themselves.
Yeah, they
and
became viral by accident.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to do it, leave that in 2015. Don't do that.
Let's leave these grammatical errors. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what burns me up. For me to get on Facebook and somebody to be ranting in a status and they don't know the difference between they are, they're possessive, and they're as in over there. I can't. I'm not gonna take anything you said seriously because you can't. You too old to not know the difference between those three things. That and your, and yours. I can't. Please learn the difference. It's not that hard. Like it's not. It's basic English. We all took it in high school.
And don't say it's just Facebook. Don't
No.
say who cares about grammar and spelling and stuff. This just the internet. I do.
Exactly.
Calamity Red does. The rest of the world does. Only people that can't spell say what does it matter, what difference does it make. It's just Facebook. Only people who can't spell do that.
Cause I'm just like, you know what? I can't even take you seriously because you can't spell. How do you not know the difference between these words at this age?
And you know what? The thing that bothers me the most is that Facebook only checks for spelling errors, so you can correct everything that's spelled wrong except words that have multiple spellings. So you just really don't know because there's no squiggly line under it.
Yep. Because it's
Like-
spelled correctly. It's just used incorrectly.
Exactly.
And it's not going to tell you that you used the word incorrectly.
Like still, like I've seen that. It's like
Oh
Facebook
my
don't check
God.
for
Nah.
grammar in your sentences.
it don't take a grammar at all, just the spelling.
So I'm looking at your whole sentence. Ain't nothing spelled wrong, but you got words that not supposed to be there. And I'm like, Facebook didn't put a squiggly little line up under that thing, did it? Your grammar is horrible.
Leaving them letters out instead of like would, you put WLD. If I want to look at your status to try to figure out the shit, like just again use your words, type it out. Please tape it
Please.
out. Use correct grammar in 2016. Let's leave all of that bullshit in 2015, please. Thanks.
Parenting viral videos. What I need y'all to leave in 2015 is you need to stop cutting your kids' hair to make it look like they 50-year-old
Like
men.
George Jefferson.
Exactly. Or to give them a horrible haircut to shame them for something that they did. Don't do that in 2015. Like, shaming your kids is a bad idea. Not only is it a bad idea because from people outside looking in, seeing what you're doing to your children, but also they're not going to get from it what you believe they're going to get from it.
No, they are not.
Trust me.
No.
They're going to hate you for a period of time, and it's not going to be the kind of hate that you can always recover from.
Nope.
Especially if you spend a whole lifetime shaming them instead of supporting them in some kind of way. Because if you look at your child, in most instances, and you see something you don't recognize, whether you were overly too involved in the wrong way or not involved enough, a part of that is your fault. Be more involved with what that thing is. There's a couple of variations of that. That's the way you have a child that's a sociopath. It's really nothing you can do if you catch your kid putting the firecracker in the cat's ass. That's probably genetic. That's probably a predisposition.
Or if all of the cats in the neighborhood come up missing and they were all last seen around your house, that's a problem.
Yeah, and that's probably not your fault.
No, it's not much you can do
genetic
about
pool
that.
and DNA fault, which you probably had some psychopaths in your genetic pool in the past. But
get that kid out of the house.
Yeah,
That's what you need to do, because that
get
shit
that
ain't.
kid
It's
some
gonna
help.
get worse, not better.
that is the only time, amongst a couple of others, that you can say it ain't my fault.
Yeah.
The next parenting viral video that y'all need to really leave in 2015 is showing your discipline methods on camera.
Oh yeah.
Like, don't show people how you discipline your children. I can assure you that there is someone somewhere that doesn't agree with what you're doing. Whether it's far extreme or not extreme, there are always going to be people that have a difference of opinion. And what we've seen in 2014 and 2015 is that some of those differences in opinion have gotten children taken away from people because they put that on a video.
If it gets in the hand of DHR, the police, that absolutely can happen.
And that is an issue that you absolutely don't want.
Because once you're in that system, it is very difficult to get back out again.
Yeah. You in it. Once you in it, you in it.
For a long time.
It's on your record for a long time.
The average DHR case, it takes like at least a year to turn over, if it even does it in a year. So
and even if you have an open DHR case and it ends, anytime you go to register for a gun, it's an extra check that they run on you. If you're trying to be a foster parent, it's an extra check they run on you. If you're trying to work with children, that's an extra check that they run on you just for having involvement with that state system.
Yep.
It's just not worth it. If you're disciplining your child a way that you think they're disciplined, nothing that we can do or say is going to validate or invalidate or make that any more different. Do what you're going to do with your child in the comfort of your own home. We don't need to see that.
Nope.
At all.
Not at all.
What else I need y'all to leave in 2015? I need y'all to leave selfie sticks.
Hey,
in 2015.
Okay, I have a selfie stick, but I didn't purchase it. It was a gift.
Just the fact that you communicated that to me in the way that you did means that it contradicts. Like, you say, hey, I got a selfie stick, but I'm eradicating our responsibility of having it because I didn't buy it for myself.
I wasn't going to be like, I don't want that selfie stick. Don't give me that.
Look, what kind of added perspective do you need? Like, Ellen took a picture of 30 people at the Grammys or whatever she was hosting without a selfie stick, with just her. Like, what else do you need? How much more distance do you need from yourself to take a picture?
You can get your full body if you have a selfie stick. You can't do that with your arm.
I really wish I would have came up with the selfie stick.
Yeah, really.
It is probably something that costs 75 cents to make, and it's make somebody a millionaire.
Yeah, because they cost like $20 a piece.
Yeah.
If you get a good one.
So I'm jealous. Like, why couldn't I come up with something that simple?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but I will say that I do feel like they need to be left behind, because there have been people who've been injured, falling off of shit because they get too close to, trying to get the right angle with the selfie stick and fall off of things. So, and it just, social media is a beautiful thing, but we are way, way, way too tied to social media, and the selfie stick don't help with that.
So, would you say that a person that uses a selfie stick and would potentially hurt themselves to the point that they would die or not procreate should not procreate?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
So,
If you're willing to lean off of the 21st story of a building trying to get the right angle with a selfie stick, that shows that you don't make very good life decisions.
at all.
No.
The next thing that I need y'all to leave in 2015 are spoiler alerts. You should not get on Facebook and talk about your movie and TV experience if that is possible, that people that want to see it, that didn't get to see it yesterday, might read. That is a big pet peeve of mine. Like, I've never seen The Walking Dead. Plan on watching it, but I already know at least 5 people who die at some point.
Yeah.
That I'm going to build a relationship with, but I'm going to know at some point it's going to end because of spoilers on my Facebook feed. I got pigeonholed into watching Scandal early because I wanted to watch it, but people was putting spoiler alerts up, and it's like, well, I better get off of Facebook on Thursday.
Yep.
Why I shouldn't have to change my life for your inconsiderateness? Because if you're on my friends list and you spoil something that I love before I get a chance to see it, I am going to destroy everything that you love. I will watch every show that I believe you love and send you messages letting you know the ending. Any movie, I'm going to the midnight premiere. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to spoil it for you. I will ruin your life if you spoil things that I love.
You see why he a cat person now? That sounds like some shit a cat would do. That's why you like cats.
It is what it is. But I will intentionally, I will suggest a show to you to watch. You get halfway in it, tell me that you love it, and ruin it. If you ruin something for me and you know it, you better stay away from me. If you don't know it, you got a problem on your hands. But leave them in 2015. Don't tell people about what you've seen and things that they don't need to know about, things that they could potentially watch and enjoy.
Yeah, it's rude. It's just rude. I don't really have shows that I watch at the same. I'm really contrary. So, like, if a show is popular, I'm not going to watch it because I just don't want to be part of the crowd. So I have very few shows. I don't have any shows actually that I watch that are like extremely popular. The only show that I watched American Horror Story, but nobody on my timeline really like post spoilers about that. And I watch Criminal Minds, and nobody really watches that. Like all of these like Empire, all of these like really popular shows, I can't watch them when they're popular because I'm contrary. I just can't. Now, it ain't even about the sport. I just don't like to be part of the crowd.
Like, I have not watched Empire. I don't ever plan on it, but you never know what the future holds. I should not know Cookie name.
Yeah.
I should not know what Chris Rock character do. I should not know that a specific character go to jail at a certain point. I should not know these things. I shouldn't. I should be able to experience them the same way you do, with surprise, shock, and awe. Like, I want that every single time with every single show. Some of y'all are stripping that from me, and I don't like it. The next thing that y'all need to leave in 2015 is calling these little two-wheel willy things hoverboards.
Oh, God, you really have an issue with the hoverboards.
They ain't hoverboards.
They're not hoverboards in the traditional sense of hoverboards, no. But I know you believe at some point in the future we're going to actually get hoverboards, and we're not going to be able to call them hoverboards because we're calling these two-wheel devices hoverboards. But
exactly.
I don't think we're ever going to get hoverboards.
I don't think we're going to get it in my lifetime, but I got hope for a future at which these bullshit machines that they calling hoverboards have a trademark name. So now what they going to call them? Floating boards? Hover literally means to gravitate above the surface. You can't call something that has two wheels a hoverboard. It is just, it's a lie. It's a lie on two wheels. And they are fire hazards.
Oh, God, they're terrible.
They are fire hazards.
Like,
they will destroy, they will explode for no reason and burn your house down.
Yeah. How the hell, like, what kind of a defect is that shit? Like, how does nobody, like, no tests ran? You didn't realize that the shits could, like, blow up on people? Like, that is a huge defect to have.
It's like, I think it's like anything else. It's like when Xbox Ones came out, like 10% of them were malfunctioning. So out of 1 million, that's 100,000. That's still a lot. But it's different when the device that you have just cuts off and don't come back on versus explodes.
Yeah.
So there is expected to be malfunction, but your malfunction should probably be that it won't roll. It should probably be that, it doesn't hold the charge very long. It shouldn't be that it explodes, takes my foot off, and then burn my house down. That should not be the malfunction that you experience with the device.
Absolutely, 100%.
And I saw a video of a dude who said he was riding on it. It stopped, started making noise, and blew up. And there's a video of it. And it looked like what the device got is like 40 rechargeable AA batteries on each side. Because when it exploded, it was just a lot of little AA looking batteries just everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. I don't really know how batteries work, but I know I've seen the inside of like motor batteries and stuff, and it don't just have a whole bunch of AA batteries on the inside of it. You know, and it just might be that specific brand. Maybe it was a cheap off brand or something like that. But
maybe even with that, your defect should never ever be explosions. That just shouldn't be it. Like, no matter what the product is, explosions should never be a defect. Like, that's huge. Lives will be lost, limbs at the very least. Like, no, it's not okay.
Please stop calling these hoverboards. And pastors, stop using these in church. Have you seen that?
They're going to do whatever they feel like is going to reach the youth, including rolling around on a hoverboard.
It's materialistic in the context of the church. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand the appeal to want to reach out to the youth, but God ain't going to save you if you slip off that thing in your backside.
And I feel like, I don't feel like kids are in church like, oh, my pastor had a, like, I don't feel like that's going to bring them any closer to God or make them want to come to church any more than they want to. Like, I
wouldn't tell nobody. If my pastor had a hoverboard, I wouldn't tell nobody. I'd be like, yeah, this old silly man.
I mean, basically,
think he youthful riding around on this hoverboard.
I just don't think that they think it's cool.
Now. It's not a hoverboard.
That's the name of it. What are you gonna call it? That's what it is. You're gonna give it another name.
I'm just not gonna refer to them. I'm just gonna call it their rolling device with 2 wheels. That's what I'm gonna call it. I don't like it.
2-wheel skateboard.
I am a Back to the Future fan. You gotta understand. Like Michael J. Fox, when he got on that hoverboard, no, it wasn't real, but they made it look real. And they made me believe that at some point in the future, which is not the future that they believe it is, but at some point in the future, that we will have a device that gravitates off of the ground and moves forward, and we will call it a hoverboard. They have ruined that dream now, because that's going to be called something else.
It will be. You probably won't be around when it happens anyway. The way our technology is going, I just don't think it's going to happen while we're here.
I hope when that hoverboard, in quotation marks, was created, I hope that somebody was so upset and utterly distraught that it's not really hovering, that they got on the technology and they are going to create something that I can get on when I'm 80 years old that will lead to my death.
So you could break a hip.
So I'll probably die. But I would rather die on what is really a hoverboard than on one of these shits that they are calling a hoverboard, but it ain't nothing but a 2-wheel fraud.
A 2-wheel fraud. Okay.
Damn scooter on steroids.
You're really upset about these hoverboards.
I am.
Yeah. Okay.
A more dangerous segue. Like, yes, I have a problem with it. Okay. There's a few more things I need y'all to leave in 2015, and we done. I promise. Weight training. Y'all need to leave weight training in 2015. When you wrap that little thing around your whole midsection and work out in that, like, leave that in 2015.
And it's not a clothing accessory. Like, people like wear them out in public, or they wear them out to the club. Like, that is not a corset. It's not Spanx. You know, that is for you to work out while you're using it, not to just go out so your waist look tiny while you in the club.
Yeah, don't do that. Like, they are dangerous. If you look up old Chinese methods of women wrapping their feet, it alters your body. Yeah. Wrapping up any part of your body alters it for a significant period of time. Wrapping your waist heavily as you lose weight, because you still lose weight because you're working out and doing things, it presses in your bone structure and the internal part of your body closer to your organs, which can make it harder to digest food, which can make it harder to make bowel movements, which can make it harder to eat, which can make it harder to breathe. It constricts everything that your body naturally gives you the amount of space that you need to do and to live.
That just sounds painful.
It gotta be
really
painful. Like, I know they have this whole no pain, no gain type mentality, but don't hurt yourself to the point that it's a problem when you get ready to have kids. Or when you older, you got some kind of problem that didn't start emerging until women started doing weight training in the 2000s and earlier than that. Like, don't do that. You're harming yourself. The next thing that you need to leave in 2015 is your exes. If
y'all broke up for a reason.
Exactly. Like, if you were in a relationship and it ended, you ended it for a reason. Like, and if you got the best of the relationship, you got the most optimistic version of you with the most optimistic version of them, with the most hopeful relationship and the hopeful love and everything that was going good for you in that relationship. When that failed the first time, the odds that it succeeded a second time reduced dramatically.
Yep.
And let's say you broke up after that second time, it reduced far more dramatically than the second time. Like, you're not going to succeed in a relationship if you keep carrying it like that.
No, you're not. I get it on the one hand, but it's like, you broke up with this person for a reason. And sometimes I feel like absence can have play some tricks on our memory, and so you don't remember it being as bad as it actually was, but it was bad enough that you walked away from this situation. That's how bad it was. So obviously that's bad enough for you to stay away from that situation. I know New Year's just came and you may be feeling all nostalgic and shit, but leave that in 2015. Don't go trying to rekindle shit. Let it go. Move on. No exes.
Leave your exes in 2015. The last thing that probably need to be left in 2015 and probably going to be left in 2015 is Meek Mill's career.
That poor dude.
Like, I think it might be over. I hope Nicki Minaj is ready to take care of that man. I hope she loves him that much. Well, for his sake.
Not for her sake.
Not for her sake. She'll be all right.
Yeah, she will.
She got enough money for her grandchildren's grandchildren at this point. He probably got enough money for his current family.
Yeah. I mean, and I can't even feel bad for him because he did it to himself. Like, because he wouldn't shut the fuck up. Stop talking. Like,
I'm saying that acting like I know his pockets. I don't know his pockets.
Well, yeah, let him tell it.
I know he ain't got Nicki Minaj money.
Let him tell it,
I don't know. Yeah, maybe he do. Maybe he got an inheritance from a grandparent or uncle that...
Does Meek Mill look like the type of person who gets an inheritance?
I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know. And there are possibilities outside of my realm of understanding and knowledge that may invalidate what I'm saying.
I always got to give him the benefit of a doubt.
I just don't want to sound stupid. I don't want to be absolutely wrong. If I say something that's wrong, I want to give a whole bunch of more variables that's possible. So they can say, well, he was wrong first, but he gave a whole bunch of other stuff that it could be, and one of those was right. Like, I don't want to be the absolute.
I mean, his career he just kept running his mouth. He wouldn't shut up. Like, he got in his feelings. He couldn't get out of them. And he spent the whole rest of the year in his feelings. And it just, when you supposed to be, a gangster and you yelling and screaming on the track all the time, you just don't expect you to be that sensitive of a person. But apparently, he was. So, Godspeed to his career trying to go into 20. But it's going to always be fans of his, I feel like. Because regardless.
He's from Philly.
Yeah, so I mean, it's going to always be people. Yeah, it's going to always be people supporting him. So I don't think it's going to, bottom out completely, but it definitely took a hit.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
Listen, people. There's a lot of stuff that y'all need to leave in 2015.
Tons.
That's not it. But trends come and go. Enjoy them while they're here. Love them while they last. But be prepared to let them go. When they're over, let them go.
Yeah.
You don't have to have them. You were fine before they came around, and you'll be fine after they leave.
100%. 100%.
Let them go. Leave them in 2015. In 2016, get ready to grasp onto the new trends and then get ready to let them go in 2017.
Basically, I'm sure we'll be doing, if we're still doing this, the end of 2016, I'm sure we'll have a whole nother list of shit.
We sure will.
God.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That's the list. That's what I got. You good, Calamity Red?
Yeah. You have any resolutions going into this?
I don't do the resolution thing.
year? Me either.
No.
Yeah.
My goals are always active and always ongoing. It's nothing about a new year that makes me say, well, let me think of some stuff. Like, it's nothing that I don't wait till the end. Like, if I make a goal on January 1st, it's coincidentally because that new goal emerged and a need for it on January 1st happened and I made a resolution for it or a goal for it. But it will purely be by coincidence. It's not because it's the new year.
Yeah.
All of my goals are active.
My ongoing goal is to just be a better person every year. I'm more stubborn every year, but I want to add some positive traits onto that as well every year. So that's the only thing that I ever strive to do every year, is to come out at the end of the year better than I started.
Yeah.
Whatever that means. That means different things in different years, but that's the only resolution that I ever really have.
I ran on my tiny rant about resolutions, but my active goals are just to be better than I was yesterday. That's it. I take it day by day.
Shit, that's hard enough. That's very difficult in and of itself. So
I mean, it's vague enough and up for interpretation of myself. When I lay my head down at the night, I can be like, was I better today than I was yesterday? I think I was. I didn't eat as much, or I didn't eat that many sweets, or I don't know. Better is up for interpretation. It can be what I want to. So I'm better every single day. I've always gotten better.
Yeah.
I thought about better stuff. Interpretation.
All open to interpretation. It's your perception of things. I'm going to try not to kill my dog this year. That's my goal every year as well.
You is not going to kill your dog.
He's been alive for 9 years, so doing good.
Your
I
dog,
have to put that in my mind, because that dog.
he is an old man.
He is, literally.
Like, would you kill an old person?
No. But an old person also doesn't, like, occasionally shit on my carpet, so I might if they did that.
If you had an old person living with you, you probably would experience that.
I mean, I can't say what I wouldn't do.
Oh, okay. All right.
Now I sound like a psychopath.
Yeah, a little bit.
No, he's fine. I'm not gonna. If I ain't killed him all of the shit he did, you met him. He's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
That dog.
He cool with me. I ain't gotta spend all the time with him.
You ain't gotta spend all the time with him. I mean, let me not do that. He's cool. My dog is cool. Obviously, I've kept him as long as I have.
Her dog used to be a person that died and was reincarnated into a dog. It just don't do dog stuff. It do people stuff in a dog's body.
It does.
Her dog is a person. Used to be a person. Like, meeting her dog really pushes me to believe more that reincarnation is a thing. Because her dog it's a situation.
Yeah, he's like a little person. I tell people that and they think that I'm just being like a dog person. You know how all people, like, no, he actually acts like a person. He side-eyes people.
Yeah.
He get attitudes like.
It ain't merely that the dog just understand a lot of commands.
No.
Like, people like, oh, he understand human speak. No, that dog do stuff that people do that is unpleasant.
Like, he side-eyed the shit out of one of my friends. It was so, I wish I could have got it on camera because it was so ridiculous. Like, he just walked by looking like, bitch. Like, he just looked, his face. Like, never seen a dog do this before in my whole life. And my friend was like, did your dog just side-eye me? Like, what is going on? I was like, I don't know. That's Kingston. I don't know. Yeah, Kingston is something else, man. That dog is. But you know, every time I say that, people are like, well, you know, they take on the characteristics of their owner. I don't know exactly what that's supposed to mean.
So they say that after you talk about his behavior, that's a slight right there. I
think it's some shade. I think it's some shade. I think they shaded me a little bit.
That's sneak dissing.
Yeah, just a little bit, but it's all right. That's fine. My dog is shady. Maybe I'm shady too. I don't know. But yeah.
9 years is a long time.
It is, man.
To pick up your behavior.
Yeah.
Or you pick up his behavior. I don't know.
That
It might
might
be the other way around.
look, he's an influence. He's an influencer.
Well, you got anything else, Calamity?
I do not. I do not.
Well, that's it. Until we come to the next conversation.
We out.
Holla.